Hello, my name is Skip, and this is from the Fourth Row's review of The Place Beyond the Pines. Now, The Place Beyond the Pines is in three parts, and this movie takes place in about mid-'80s to late '80s, maybe even early '90s, Schenectady, New York. And when the movie starts, we have a gentleman by the name of Luke Glanton, and he's played by Ryan Gosling. Now, he's a stunt motorcycle rider for a traveling circus. And one night at the circus, a lady comes by named Romina, and she's played by Eva Mendes. I guess a year earlier they had a little bit of a fling. So he goes by her house and drops her off, and then goes by again, and comes to find out that she had a child, and the child is his. So what he does is he stops everything. He quits the traveling circus, and he picks up stakes and tries to set up stakes in around where she lives so he can help her child and Jason. Now, what he ends up doing isn't the best thing in the world because he ends up robbing banks. And so this leads to the second storyline, and the second storyline picks up as the first storyline ends, and we have Avery Scott, played by Bradley Cooper. He happens to run into Luke Glanton, and nothing good happens when the police officer runs into a man trying to rob a bank. So Avery Scott gets shot in the leg and becomes a hero in the town of Schenectady, New York. This leads to some shady business involving the Schenectady Police Department, and Ray Liotta's character has a big part to do with that. And then we have the third segment, and that's how these first two segments have affected the sons of Avery Scott and Luke Glanton. And that's where we go with the third segment. And Dane DeHaan plays the older Jason, and he has a run-in with Avery Scott's son, who isn't necessarily the most best kid in the world, while his dad's trying to run for Attorney General. So I'll have to say, this movie is riveting. It is unbelievably good. And Derek Cianfrance, this is his second movie that I've seen. The last one was Blue Valentine with also Ryan Gosling. It was fantastic. The acting is top notch from the top of the barrel, Ryan Gosling and Bradley Cooper and Eva Mendes, down to the younger people, Dane DeHaan playing Jason, and Ray Liotta. And I mean, I cannot say enough about what an unbelievable movie this is. And it's like you're riveted from beginning to end, from segment to segment, to see what happens with these characters and how their lives intersect and how it affects all the people that are in this movie. And I mean, I think if this movie isn't around come next year for the Oscars, because obviously the Oscars are nominations are in January, and usually the Oscars are in March, I'd be completely shocked. Normally movies that come out this time of year are forgotten about later in the year. This is by far the best movie I've seen all year, and I would not be surprised if it's still around next year. It is so good. The storytelling, the plot, the writing, the directing. I mean, you feel like you're in that world of late '80s, early '90s, Schenectady, New York, with the clothes and the everything that's going on, the cars and everything. And I cannot say enough how much I love this movie. This is an unbelievable movie.